shoes, and she's got the cure for your RV blues. Hey there, have you heard the news? Gigi saves the day. That contract there is just no match. She'll even spot the smallest catch. You'll breeze right through the roughest patch, 'cause Gigi saves the day.
Hey everybody, welcome to Gigi Saves the Day. She's Gigi, in case you haven't guessed by now. And I'm Tom Alexander. Thanks so much for stopping by and checking things out. We got a little bit of a follow-up here, folks.
Yes.
And Gigi's going to take us through it. And, well, let's not delay. Let's get right at it.
All right, so if you remember this one, we did a week or two ago.
Yeah.
And you know, I thought that the water was coming in from the storage compartment. And the insurance did approve it, so I started stripping it down. So I just thought it would be very interesting for our fans to see what it looks like. And the thing is that when when I strip the floor, it tells me a lot. It tells me the water flow, how it got there, where it went, where it landed, because you still want to make sure that you get the source of water. So with this pattern, if you want to follow me. Okay, so the compartment which is under the bed, which we're going to take this out. So that is the floor from the compartment door. But if you see where it traveled, and a lot of times, it comes down the roof and down the wall, and to try to rule that out or rule out a plumbing issue, which we exposed the hot water heater, the pump. There's no water anywhere around there. And then if you look at this staining, so water coming from under there, traveling this way, depending on which way it's level. So what tells me that it's not coming down the roof or down the wall is that in this area here, the water stain doesn't go there, and it doesn't go to the end, off the wall here. So it's not on the wall, so that, or on the floor that attaches to the wall. So that clears the roof and the wall, which is good. So it's just, when it was leaking in that compartment, just traveled, depending on how it's level or not level. So that is all clear. And even here, where the water heater and the water pump is, had it had been coming from under there, it wouldn't have stopped. The water stain would not have stopped along the edge there. So you see how it skips a pattern. It did not come from that area. Now we're a little bit, if you look over here, we have this little bit of discoloration here, although it's solid. So, and this could be unrelated, or it could have just kept going a little bit. I haven't removed this piece of carpet yet. Could be refrigerator related. Sometimes when they defrost and the room is closed, it could have gotten this, but it's solid, so that's not really an issue. And if you look over here, this also could be something refrigerator related. But if you come in here, you'll see that the floor is good. No water discoloration, so no toilet area, shower problem, which we've seen many times. So
Yeah.
So
Hey Gigi, let me ask you this. Would you say that water is probably the number one driver, if you will, of issues with RVs?
Yes.
Like, does it seem to be really cause most damage?
yes, and
More than wind, more than any kind of...
water. Yeah, obviously water. I mean, most of these floors, they're
Yeah.
structure wood, they're pressed wood. What's on top of this is just like 1/8 inch door skin on top of probably pressed wood, which just soaks up water like a sponge.
Right.
So there's no really water barrier on. They're not pressure treated plywood, but
Right.
they can't build in plywood because plywood comes in 4x8 sections, and if it was to have seams, 4x8 sheets, and had seams, it'd be going like this. So your floor would be popping up all the time. So that's not possible. So that's why they have this one-piece floor. But all of this is avoidable. The caulking, the roof seal, the side seals, it's a mess.
Yeah.
It's an absolute mess. The storage compartment door, there's no caulking on it. Whether she left the door open or not, at one point in its life, it was going to leak.
Right.
Because there's no caulking. So, you know, this stuff shouldn't happen. You guys, you got to go check on your campers. You gotta check the seal, the silicone.
It's maintenance. You know, kind of around the whole year through.
Yeah.
Making sure, checking everything out. You know, it's like the old. What's the old adage? The best day of your life is when you buy a boat. The second best day is when you sell it, right? And not saying it's the same with an RV, but that level of care, and being able to, you know, hey, listen, I got to stay up on this stuff. We got to stay with it. Is just as critical as it is with a boat or anything else recreational.
Yeah, well, a boat, you know, mostly boat issues are mechanical in the engines, you know.
Yeah, because they're always around water, right?
They don't have like, you know, wood floors and things to have issues. It's mostly engine mechanical issues, you know.
Right.
You know, these are, you know, they're a little more gentle, and you just have to do routine maintenance. And if you're an RV Advisor member and you're in our neighborhood or even in South Florida, you get a free RV inspection once a year. I will make sure that this doesn't happen and make sure that your maintenance is up to date. Either we do it or you do it or we tell you how to do it or something. But you can also reach out to us, and I can, you know, if you know, as a member, you could reach out and we could, you know, we could do a FaceTime around your camper, and I could, you know, on FaceTime I can see if you're missing caulking.
Right, absolutely.
You know?
Well, you're one problem solved. I shouldn't say problem. It's a solution waiting to happen, as we say. She's Gigi Stetler. I'm Tom Alexander. You're watching Gigi Saves the Day. We'll be back right after these words.
GPS is Gigi's personal services. She's an RV expert with over 3 decades of experience. To learn more, visit thervadvisor.com today.
We're back on Gigi Saves the Day. She's Gigi Stetler. I'm Tom Alexander. And we have issue number 2. And this one... boy, this one is like a number 2 hit the fan, actually, when you see this. I'm telling you, wow, what the heck happened here?
He hit a gas station and got hooked up on one of those yellow poles at the gas station kind of thing. Yeah. And when he pulled forward, he just took the whole thing with him.
Wow.
But the reason I brought you to this particular story, the owner of this vehicle, actually, I know him. He's kind of a personal friend, and he brought it to me, and he, you know, has insurance, he has Progressive, and, you know, obviously an accident, but if you look at the overall exterior of it, it's not very, very pretty. It hasn't been well kept, although it's a 2004. So. And he has what's called ACV on his insurance policy, which is actual cash value. So they take the, you know, whatever the book value is. They don't give you any credits for options or any of that. They just give you whatever the book value is, and then they depreciate it based on its current condition. Not this, but, you know, the faded paint, and, you know, no maintenance, and, you know, just the overall appearance, and they depreciate it. So bottom line was that he wanted it, the insurance company wanted to total it. They would have, by the time they calculated it, they were going to total it. And you can't buy another one in the price that they're going to give him. He's had this thing since new. It's a 2004. Engine wise, it's solid. He uses it to transport animals back and forth from wherever, and he has some kind of rescue mission or something. So he couldn't have it totaled because, except for the few dollars that they were going to give him, he can't buy anything else. And at least he knows mechanically this thing is sound. So because of my relationship with Progressive, and willing to work with Progressive in a dollar amount for the repair to keep it just under the amount so it doesn't get totaled and it gets fixed.
Right.
So the reason that I'm saying that, you have to be careful. Be careful what you wish for, because sometimes people think, oh, total it and they're going to get a nice big fat check. You need to look at your policy first and do the numbers, because if it does get totaled, in today's market, there's no inventory. You're not going to replace it unless you just want to be out of the camping market. So anyway, the point is that, it's fixable unless the frame was completely bent, which it's not. So we can open this up, rebuild all of this aluminum tubing framing, rebuild the wall, rebuild the beams this way, put in a new piece of fiberglass, do some body work, get a new bumper. It's fixable.
Did this storage area get damaged?
Yes, that. If you look under here, you'll see the box is pushed in. So I have to literally pull all that out.
Yep.
And and it is fixable. Almost anything is fixable except for like structural frame damage, which would make the RV not safe. So anyway, he just called me as we were walking here that Progressive, approved his claim, and we had agreed on a dollar amount to get it fixed. So when that happens, like I said, if you don't want your vehicle to get totaled, you really need to stay involved. And when you take it to the shop, you need to tell the shop, I don't want it totaled. And if that shop can't work within the guidelines of what insurance is willing to pay, take it out of that shop and go find somebody that will, because it's all up to the way the shop, calls it in. So, and then, but if you do, if you don't have a problem with it being totaled, then that's another argument. Then you've got to, you can call us to help you give an appraisal and evaluation before the accident to make sure that you get the money you deserve. But in the meantime, everybody, pull out that policy and look for the word coverage. When you look in that paragraph that says coverage, it's either going to say full replacement value, a stated value, or agreed value, or ACV, which is actual cash value. Make sure, if you have actual cash value, to call your agent to get that changed to full replacement cost or agreed or stated value, because when you have ACV, it's like half of what your vehicle is worth.
Yeah.
So get out that policy and start looking.
There you go, folks. Solutions waiting to happen. There we go. Gigi Saves the Day is the name of the program. She's Gigi Settler. I'm Tom Alexander. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
So long, everybody.
Did you enjoy this video? Be sure to like, comment, and share, and hit the bell icon. Remember, ding ding, so that you're notified when new videos are uploaded. As always, don't forget to subscribe.